This is Wags, Chicago. It's July 1st, I think. And I'm going to show you the chickens and my potatoes at the same time. See how this works? And on my feet. One right there. Check this garbage out. I'm sorry, I'm blocking the camera. Like the wild woods over here in my potato farm. See how that works? Anyways, look at these beautiful potatoes growing. See how they work? You're alive today if you're hearing this anyway. Unless you're seeing it from the ether somehow. It's possible. Look at these sticks, or the stalks. Look at this garbage. You got it, and they're fuzzy too. Look at it. See how that works? We had a couple caterpillars go after the I think they're going after the broccoli again. Hang on. We had to put this powder down. Yeah, see? Fresh. Got to protect against the bugs. See how that works? Still organic. Look at this broccoli. Look at this garbage. Look how big. That's bigger than my fist now. See how that works? See how that works? Look at this broccoli. Look how big that broccoli is. See how that works? What do you think? See how that works? Anyway, you gotta take care of your shit. Waking up with Wags and these chicks. Look at this garbage. The babies are down the hill. I need more coffee before I go down the hill. See how that works? They're down there with the kids down there. There's Cody. Right, Cody, man? Anyways, maybe I'll turn this into a podcast. Looks like rain. Oh, yeah, might as well. If you look at my tweets, last night I was at a poolside party, let's say, and I'm checking. Hey, every once in a while you check your tweets, etc. You get messages or whatever, or you're checking for news. And I see in my feed, the quote said, it was a headline. It showed the sun or the earth. It was a GoPro 17 camera shot, I believe. I went to retweet it, and I went to go look up my link to the video I did last week when the Earth's shield snapped. Remember that? You probably don't. But anyways, the Earth's magnetic shields popped. In that same time frame, there was a doohickey that looked like a planet, a small one, that went underneath said cameras. I'm talking about GoPro 17, GoPro 16. GoPro 16, I believe, is the east camera. 17 is the new west, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. So I clicked back to my tweet tab. You got dirt? Nice. See how that worked? Community, see that? We needed a bag of dirt instead of running the store because we got a lot going on. Neighbors help out. See how that works? Takes the community, by the way. And by the way, y'all better start doing that garbage. First, start getting to know your neighbors. I do. I got to turn the camera. There's a bunch of people walking by. Got the straggler way on the other side of the property. Look at this. Come on. She's like just like the chickens. See how that works? I can't show you right now, but a bunch of chickens with the mama hen, and then there's always a straggler chicken walking around. I can't show it, but she's way over there. What? Oh, I need that. That's my... If you see my gloves too, I need those. And remember the camera thing I asked you not to lose? I can't. Oh, look at this. Hang on. Chicken? She's holding the chicken. I don't want to show it. Here, look at that garbage. Is that a chicken, right? What is that?
Velma.
Velma? Is that her name, really? See, I don't remember their names. Good job.
Her name is
See
Velma.
Wow, these kids got good memory. Here comes the straggler finally. She's catching up to Mama Hen. Look at this garbage. And the boys on the tractor. See how that works? Whatever. Anyways, things to be grateful for. See how that works? You're alive. If you're listening to this, you're alive, by the way, just in case I didn't tell you that already. By the way, like and subscribe if it applies. If not, don't. And then I'm still going to do another INFJ. It's INFJ Friday, by the way, but I'm not ready to do the video. Because I was listening to a lecture last night on psychiatry and personality, and you guys got to learn personalities, because once you do, you see why certain people are retarded and they can't help it. Hey, I'm on the radio. See how that worked, John? I'm on the radio. Hang on, I got to pause this. This is going to be a meltdown. Hang on. Crisis averted. See how that worked? We're going to be picking berries down a hill in a little bit. See how that down? I think. What are those berries called?
Which ones?
The ones we're going to pick?
Blueberries.
We're picking blueberries today? Good.
Yeah, I gotta water it first.
Yeah, we're going to pick blueberries. I'm doing a recording for the We're Alive segment.
You gotta look around. The eggs are hiding.
I already grabbed the egg. Little one's putting her glove on. She's getting all ready. See how that works? Anyways, I got shorts out. It was 100 degrees yesterday in Chicago. See how that worked? I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, something about people are retired. Oh, yeah, learning personality. See how this works? Sorry, the camera's so close, but I don't have the arm doohickey. My grandson took the doohickey that I hold on to, so I'm doing this by hand. See how that works? Anyways, if you guys would learn, like, take 10 minutes of your day to learn something, like, start learning about, at least start with the people around you. Start figuring out what they are as far as their personality goes. And then you learn a lot just from learning. Like, you're like, oh, they've been doing that their whole life. And then first learn yourself. That's where I've been doing this for about a year and a half now. When I first figured out what the hell garbage I am. And then it all starts making sense, especially because I'm a pattern spurg, by the way. That's just what God gave me, see or whatever you call it. The ether, by the way, is real. The ether just is, see how that works? Somebody posted a meme today about love or whatever, and I forgot exactly what it said, but my point was, I made a comment. I usually don't comment on things, but I just made a comment. Love is just what it is. It's like the ether. You don't have to work at it. Like, if you're working at it, you're doing the commercial love. See how that works? These evil fucks, they've taken something as gorgeous as love, whatever love is, it just is. See how that works? And like when you love your pet or you love your kid or whatever it is, like it just happens. Like it just is. There's no way to describe it. There's no strings attached. You don't expect nothing in return, by the way. Like you just give. Like that's what assholes like us do, this alien garbage. But so I'm only part of a 2% club, and then of that, only 1 out of 4 or whatever are men. So I'm really double blessed or whatever you call that. Maybe it's triple, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Out of 200 people, you'll have one of me. So if you ever run into an idiot like me, like you may want to just hang out because it's gonna be a crazy. You're gonna see the world different. That's all I'm saying. That's why most people that listen to me probably listen to me because they're like, what the hell is he talking about? Or what's coming up next? That's the one reason I'm telling you to go watch this other broad's video. Like, she's the same way, but a broad. Like, only aliens think like this. Like, and then not all the aliens, by the way, are verbal like us. So that's even more rare. I wonder what the statistic is on that. How many of these FJ garbage are big mouths? Because that's like an extroverted thing. Like, But then the job I had made me where I had to maybe face that side of my weakness. Like, that's another thing when you study your personality, guy. You find out there's 4 corners of your mind. There's always an opposite. So like my my kind of alien just always feels like you don't belong because nobody thinks like us. Like, but we can adapt to your thinking. So that's why it feels like you're an alien. Like, I can adapt. I see how retarded most people are. So I just learn how to talk like that. You learn how to fit in, let's say. But then as you get older and your veil blows off for the 100th time or whatever, like, you're like, I don't care anymore. Like, just I am what I am. Like, so maybe that's why some of us get the bigger mouths. It depends on what part of your journey you're on. Because INFJs go through like segment, like it seems like every 10, 20 years. Like, the young ones are mad all the time. They want to fight. You want to fight because you've been getting almost picked on your whole life. So, not picked on, but misunderstood, let's say. So then when you're misunderstood, everybody just says they just disregard what you're saying. But then when the shit ends up happening because you see patterns, but you don't know it. See, you don't know what's happening when you're young. So that's why I see these young ones, they're always putting in there it's a curse. But they don't know what their curse is. And I know I posted or did a video on this before, but the curse is our superpower is you see patterns to a Spurg scale, as in my opinion, or at least I do. And then you're looking at a painting of, let's say, Mona Lisa, whatever. Pick your favorite painting. I don't give a shit what it is, and then explain that painting to a person who watches cartoons all day. Like, and you got about 6 seconds of their attention. Otherwise, you're out. Like, that's just the way they've conditioned these humans to be, and it just blows my mind. It even blows my mind when you look at today's facts. Like, I just see things as it is, and then when you say it, that's. I just heard a video, a lecture. Like, this guy's really good. Like, we speak. He's talking about all the different types, and he teaches it, or whatever he does. But he's a good teacher, and I'm thinking about his lecture. It's an hour and a half lecture, but like, and he's got 1,000 of them. Like, good luck. I had somebody the other day say, "Tell me what type I am." Like, if you're so good at it, I'm like, you don't want to ask me that question because I think you really don't want to know. Otherwise, you would have looked it up yourself. Like, it's not a competition. I just know, like, and it was all over the fact that I recognize an alien when I see one. Like, I know it even at a distance now. Like, whatever you could. By the way, I just found a video. I'll show it on my INFJ later today. I'll put it up. There's a video where they did a study of humans and their personality type. They did 4 of them. I don't know, 4, whatever they picked. But one of them was INFJ, ENFP, INFP. Or no, yeah, INFP, and then I forgot the 4th one. Anyways, probably the opposite of INFP, ENFP, man. I don't know, whatever the opposite is. So I'm still learning, by the way. This is a year in, and I only know 4 of them, like, really pretty well. But not really pretty well, but I can recognize them, like, at a distance. But especially my own kind. And they show the smile of an INFJ, and this is why I'm like, I can't explain this to somebody when they're at a party and they're like, how do you know that person was an alien? I'm like, I just know because, one, they understand what I'm saying without finishing words. As soon as you do that, you click. But watch when if you look at people online, like, if they never smile, like, they give that fake, that's probably an INFJ. Like, it's no joke. Like, it looks like you're pissed off all the time. Like, I've had people, like, even recently go, like, what are you grateful for? Like, give me 5 things. And I couldn't come up with 5 things. Like, public 5 things. Like, I think different, though. Like, it wasn't connecting. What they're looking at is, like, like I'm saying about love, they're looking at the marketing side of what they were told this is. Like, you think love, you're born in an upside down world, by the way. I don't care how you look at it. Like, they told you everything that's not. Let's call it that. Like, that's why I always end my sentences when I make smart ass comments. Like, That was either a planet going by the Earth the other day, last Saturday, I believe it was, or not. Like, there you go. Like, do you? Like, I don't care what you believe. I have radar of 2 planets, by the way, on my chair. Go look it up from last Saturday. You'll see it in the icon. It's a planet of a picture of the United States with a ball on top of it. If you're here for INFJ garbage, you're not going to care, but you should. Because at the same time, the Earth's the shield's cracked. See, now because I'm a pattern spurg, I see these things. And then I have to be, because that's what I say with this guy, with the professor, or whatever he is. Like, certain people are alien on this world where we speak, they call it fire tongue. Like, and he explained it really well. The dragon, like all those times, all your superhero, the ones that are dragon, the dragon gets burned as he's burning people's truth, like putting truth out there. Like, that's what that means, the metaphor. But nobody understands because nobody sees in metaphor. Only a few people, but I'm not saying nobody, but most people see like now. And then if you go, the dragon caught that person lying and spit truth out, whether the person was going to like him back or not, then I just move forward. Like, I'm not saying I'm a dragon, but that's a good metaphor. Like, you don't understand that. So, do you. Like, here's a toast to you, what you want. Like, your beliefs, most people's beliefs are just freaking garbage. Like, when you're talking about, let's say current events, I don't want to bring people down, but when you talk about current events, and you're like, I see patterns, and I'm up in the treehouse, like I've explained, and I can see that there's a tornado coming. And I go, hey, you guys on the ground, like, I know you're having a barbecue, it's the 4th of July, but there's a hurricane coming through the Midwest. Let's just pretend. Let's talk about based in true event. Because that happened a couple years ago. We had a hurricane. They call them Del Rachos now. Do you? I've been doing radar and weather for my whole life, and these are all new terms. Like, anyways, this is why you have no food, by the way. Like, they're blaming the Ruskies, of course, because everybody forgot that during the lockdowns. Remember those days, like 2 years ago? No, you don't remember, because that was more than 6 seconds ago, you freaking retards. Like, while you all were locked down, I was doing videos about why are they killing the cows and the pigs on the side of roadways near farms. That's a true story, by the way. Go to my tweets and look it up. I guarantee you, around that time, what was it, April of whatever, 2020, whatever it was, June, but I think it was June. It's like 2 years ago, right now. Like, right now is when remember you're all sitting on your porch whacking off, like, being good little sheep. Like, for no reason, you shut your own economy down. Or you obeyed yourself and shut it down. They shut it down, whoever they is. Then they told you to wear sex muzzles on your face like a big dog does. Or those guys who tie you up in dungeons and jerk, whatever. Jerk the channel, let's say. That's for OnlyFans Sunday night, so I'll erase that out. I'll edit this part out. Anyways, back to normal. When you tell people what's happening and then they get mad at you for telling, like, why do you repeat? I get this even from family. Like, why do you repeat shit? Because you were taught to only listen when you hear things a million times. Like, so I must know language pretty well because it works, by the way. When there were people wearing the dog muzzles around me or a couple other people, only that I know at all, that didn't wear one ever, when they were around us, they would stop wearing it. That works, by the way, because you're right. If I was lying, you would sense that. But when you're near a person that just goes forward based on what's right or wrong, and you know that's wrong to wear a dog muzzle, that goes back to Moses when they were wearing the muzzles after he came down from the mountain, they were doing chickens and all that garbage. They were so ashamed. By the way, I didn't finish that story from the other day. I don't even know if I published that story yet. You may not even know what I'm talking about, but it doesn't matter. When they were in the mountain, or he was in the mountain, whatever story that is, these are, by the way, metaphors or allegory, whatever that anagram, whatever you call it. I know the word, I'm just teasing. Anyways, they talk in pictures, because it's the cheat codes, as I tell you, to humanity, like to teach you how to like understand the ether is what I think it is. That's why they have one in each corner of the world. There's 4 corners, 4 religions. See how that works? But then a bunch of humans get involved and they take it over because they pray to the dark arts. See how that works? And then all of a sudden it's all corrupt and then nobody knows anything anymore, and then they don't care anymore. And then when that shit hits the fan, they're gonna care. But whatever, do you? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyways, when you're being tricked by into like, oh, the food was on the side of the road. You know what our lords did? And this is before this, the DARPA bot was in there, the orange one. They, you know what our USDA or whatever, whoever the agriculture, whatever those guys are called, those idiots, like they sent them like pneumatic tools. They're like a thing they use at the factory when they take the cow down. It goes up and they put it in its head. It's a bolt, bang! It's a hydraulic bolt. You hook it up to an air hose, and they had them dispose of or dispatch, you call it. They had them dispatch the cows on the side of the road, and then I guess they bulldozed them wherever they took them from there. I did videos. They had all these refrigerated trucks on all these parking lots all over for the scary garbage that never happened, but it never played out. And I was making videos saying, why don't they send some of those trailers over with the refrigerators on it for the 000 bodies that never happened from the the plague, and put said cows or whatever, maybe the pigs, throw their dumbasses in there and get them carted off until you refrigerate it till somebody's over their cold virus, and then put them back to work and get those things back into production. No, they dumped them all in ditches. See how that works? That was 2 years ago. So then the following year, which was the fall and everything, all the food shortages we started having over this what do you call it, winter, that was the effect of that. See, it's always a year behind. So then you're running out, they get all the extras, all the gar. All of a sudden now, we had, oh, that's what I was saying about the hurricane. You had a hurricane over the Midwest. You don't remember that, but I do because I reported on it for several days, by the way. This thing sat over Iowa, I believe it was Iowa, for like 3 days, doing like 90-mile-an-hour winds and shit. It destroyed all the crops. See how that worked? The Midwest crops destroyed, like I think it was 8 million acres or something. I don't know, whatever. And then they had the floods out on the East Coast at the same time. And the Southeast lost all, and then the West has got a drought, so all their vegetation ain't growing. But you're not paying attention. See, so now that's going to affect this year's crop price. See how that works? You're not getting hit yet by the inflation. They're just stealing your money because they know you're stupid. So, there's inflation coming. That hasn't hit the production side of this yet. So whatever they're charging you right now is just straight profit. Like, it's not except for the diesel gas. It is costing more for transportation. See, that's how it starts. So once the diesel goes to $10 a gallon, you're never getting product again, except from these little doohickey camps. See how that works? And in order to get to the camp, you got to have a certain procedure done against your will. See how that works? Or maybe self. I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to hit the elbow. Anyways, you get it. And then when the money switches over to the CCP, look at these chickens. Look at this guy. Like a train. Look at this. Hang on. They just walked by me. I'm not even paying attention. Look at this guy. That's Mama. There's the mama with her little babies. Look at this guy. There's always a straggler way over there. See how that works? There's always the retard coming. There he comes. Come on. Or he's real independent. Or she, whatever it is. There it goes. And then comes another one. This is like wrangling a freaking, what do you call it? A bunch of cats. This poor mama hen. Look at this garbage. Oh, we're going to check my potatoes out. See how that works? And my teepee. See how that works? Anyways, start learning about personalities and you'll see why your friends are retarded. See, but it's not that they're retarded, it's not personal. Like, they're just certain people can't do certain things. Like, this guy's talking about how FJs, they have like, they get sick. They get real weird diseases because of their, what do you call it? Their feeler thing. They feel Literally, and this is what the alphabet was looking into, so I already know this is a fact. Like the study side of it, I've read all the studies. Like they know there's a weird connection to, they called it the supernatural or whatever they called it. What did the A and it starts with a C? They called it not the ether. They called it almost like psychic, whatever psychic is. Anyways, they called it that, and then this guy's explaining the educational side of it. And basically, it even goes into how psychology basically is the study of metaphysics to an entry level. It makes sense when you hear this guy talk, but whatever. Nobody's gonna understand it unless you're an alien, but or really smart. And there's people out there that are, and that's another problem with INFJ. We always assume that we know how other people are thinking, and we don't. Someone's honking at it or at him. Just went that way. That was weird. Drive by waving, see how that worked while I'm recording. See how that worked. This is weird. I'm recording right now. That's weird. You'll hear it on the tape. Honk honk. Anyways, they get weird diseases. He goes into the science of, like, they just know, not the science, but that's a fact. But then at the same time, it's because of yin and yang. Like, they end up usually living through those diseases. Like, they champ through it. Like, nothing stops them, like, until the end, obviously. But if I could tell some story, you would believe this garbage. Like, when I'm starting to learn about, like, why only certain aliens, like, there's different personality. But when you're, like, it's... I'm sure every kid does this. Like, you when you're in your, like, dream state and you go into, you're thinking, like, I don't even know if I'm dreaming or if it was just in like a meditation where you're like, man, I wonder if I could really fly if I tried hard enough. Like, as a kid, you would do that. Like, but then your logic kicks in. Thank God the guy gave us both of that. We got the fantasy part in, but you almost feel like you could, like, jump and fly. And then later you start dreaming. Literally, you'll have vivid dreams about it. So any INFJs out there, let me know if you've had dreams like that as a kid, especially, because I wonder if that's like a clue. I don't know. I'm just still learning this stuff. That's enough for now. I'm getting now. My brain's going. I'm going back to when I was younger, thinking about that garbage flying around. You ever do that, by the way? When you're dreaming and you float around, you can see, like, the clock in another room, and you know the time, and you can see it and all that garbage, like. Or you have a vivid dream, like, where you're literally awake in the dream, and then when you wake up, you don't know you were even dreaming. You think it's still real. I don't know if that's like a flashback or if that's like a flashback into another life, let's say. If you look into Dr. Weiss, what's his name? Something Weiss. I know the guy's books. Many Lies, Many Souls, or something. Hang on. Many Souls, Many Lies, Many Masters, I think it's called. Go look that up. He was on Oprah in, like, 2012. That's a good place to start. I'm thinking of having a party about this, where we have a party where everybody comes over and we're gonna do past. He gives a. He reads it now on his newer stuff. You could read it yourself. In the back of each book, there's like a series. You got to read them in order, though. Read the books in order, so you could start. I got candy in my mouth. So you could start out. Just read it in order. It's real important if you're gonna read it. But I've tried it, and it'll freak you out at first, especially if you see like we do. What? Huh?
I eat ice cream.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good.
Strawberry one.
Was it good? We gotta go pick berries. All right, I gotta go pick berries. The kids are getting restless. It's getting cloudy. It might rain. Who knows what they're gonna do? God or the military, as I always say. This is Wag Chicago. It's INFJ Friday, but I still gotta do my video about CERN. That'll be out today. It's sitting in my tabs. I just gotta get my brain together to put it up. I'm out.